It doesn't matter what's happening. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what you're on or this person's on. This is what I like.
Struggle within itself is a lot of obstacles in your way, a lot of things sidetrack you from things that you want to do. You know what I mean? And then you don't really know what you want to do because, you know, the people around you that's the most attainable to you, accessible, that's right there, you know, hustling or what have you, you know, doing other activities, the most accessible thing. First you have to get over that. You have to look past that.
My advice is just do things that are true to you. You know, most things that I'm involved with are extension of being creative. You know, Rockaway is a clothing company. You know, it's part of who you are, and hip hop is your attitude and what you're trying to express, how you dress. You know, I love sports growing up. I grew up in a household where sports was on 24/7. So these are all things that are comfortable for me.
In my beginning, you know, I just lived such a rich life, you know, a full life. You know, my first album came out, I was 26, and I had seen so many things in the street. So my attitude was like, man, you know, I've seen so much, and you know, I don't have anything to prove. I know who I am. I'm a very self-aware person. You know, so when you're self-aware, even when you're dealing with someone's ego, you know when to allow it to live in its own space.
Every now and again, I step outside of myself and I just look at my life objectively. Sometimes I find myself saying, who is that dude right there? Like, if you'd have told me 20 years ago that my life would be like this, I'm not sure I would have believed you.
I like to advance every year, to advance myself, spiritually, mentally, everything. I like to advance myself. I have more fear going back than losing money, you know, because like I said, when I lost money. I've been broke, I've been rich, I've saved and blown bread. It's a lyric, you know, but it's real. You know, money is just a byproduct, and that sounds really cliche, but it's true, of doing a great job. Someone has to experiment and go do it first, and then, you know, the artists will sit back and watch it and be like, okay, I like this, I don't like that, you know, I like this part, and they'll perfect the methods, and then, you know, and it all pushes the genre forward. Anytime that you try to do something different, and you should always try to push forward, and whatever you're doing is going to be problems, because it's never been done before, so you can't anticipate all the things that's going to happen.
Comfortable for me. You know, these are things that I like. So I would just say get involved in things that you love, and also have a standard for yourself and have some sort of integrity, and try to, you know, find some sort of truth in what you're doing. All the things that you apply in business, you know, they say that he has great instincts.
You know, I don't write anything when I'm recording. I don't write lyrics. I just listen to the music and I formulate the song, like just off the top of my head. I just go over the lyrics again and again until I have the song, and then I just go in there and I record it. So it's definitely a given talent, and it was drive also. It was drive. I mean, it was tough. I mean, we toured the whole Eastern Seaboard, because that's where our records would get played. We wasn't national yet. So we would tour all the way up to North Carolina, hit that area. Not even Atlanta. We just all the way up to North Carolina. We would tour, just jump in the van and just drive ourselves and just do endless shows.
To find that genius level talent, and then to apply it in a way that supports that genius level talent. Quick example is a guy named Earl Manigault, who was said to be way better than Michael Jordan, but he didn't make the league. He was selling drugs, he got caught up in drugs, his circumstances got in the way. So you have to define your genius level talent. Then you have to believe on it. Then you have to believe in it so hard, because people will put their shit and their insecurities on you.
When you engage that energy, that's when there's a problem. If you engage the ego with your ego, then it's like, okay, now something has to happen. It could keep escalating to a level that can be irreversible. But if you don't engage the ego, if you know how to manipulate or play around with the ego, and you give light back to darkness, it's very difficult. Have 26 floors, and there's a ton of them, right? These low-income houses, and everything is messed up there. So that's like living dormant. If this is what I have to live for, then I'm going to take a chance to get more. That's an individual thing. I'm not going to let anybody speed up my process. I don't care what's happening out there. That's the great thing about, you know, having ultimate confidence in yourself, is it doesn't matter what's happening. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what you're on or this person's on. This is what I like.
My life is tailor-made for me. They have that thing that, you know, that belief that you can only do one thing. You know, we don't have that. We're not inflicted with that disease.